Be all set.
Well, good morning, both of you.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. Is it Stakiah?
Yes,
Oh,
Stakiah. Perfect.
I thought I heard that right, but I wasn't sure. Tell me how your auditions, each of you, went for the show.
Hmm. Well, when I auditioned for the show, I sent in a self-tape and I felt very comfortable with the role of Maya. I felt it in my bones and it was very enjoyable. And after the fact, I actually have a recording of myself saying, like an affirmation of, "Hi, this is Maya from Primo. Check in and tune into our show." So it's just very overwhelming and great that I was blessed to even get the role. So my audition landed me the role, thank God. So yeah.
Ignacio?
Yeah, I mean, my first audition was also a self-tape. I think it was around like January or February of last year. And I had a series of auditions after that, um, mostly on Zoom, like producers callbacks and then like studio network test. Um, but I actually remember Stakiah's last audition too, because I think I was probably cast by that point, but there were like screen tests with some Mayas and like some Miguels and some Harrises, and Stakiah certainly like made an impression in her audition. I was like, that girl's gonna get it. So
Oh, great. Looks like you were both second. It was filmed last year.
yes, we shot in the summer of last year in Albuquerque.
Okay, I watched the 8 episodes. I enjoyed them. They're funny. Um, are there just 8 for the whole season?
Yeah, there's 8 episodes for season one, and so like fingers crossed that there's a second season, and hopefully more episodes to come. But for now, there's 8. Yeah.
Cool. And from what I can see online, that's not always accurate. You're both fairly new to acting in TV and movies. Stakiah, you've done plays. Did either of you do commercials or anything like that before?
So I do come from a theater background, as you were saying. I graduated from Southern Methodist University. I have not done any commercials yet, but in hopes I will soon.
Ignacio, what about you?
I haven't done any commercials either. I haven't even auditioned for any commercials, in fact. But yeah, I also have done some plays. I'm rehearsing a play right now. But no commercial experience thus
Oh,
far.
cool. What's the play and when can we see you in it? Or when can your local people see you?
Oh, I'm not in my local. I'm like out of town right now, but the play is called Let the Right One In, and it's at Berkeley Repertory Theater.
Okay, great. That's based on the book and the movie.
It is, yeah, the Swedish novel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. It was TV series too. It's really good.
Yeah. There's a few iterations.
Do you play a vampire?
No. I play Oscar, the bullied boy,
Oh, okay.
falls in love with the vampire. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do either of you feel much pressure when you got the roles for the show? Because it's a big deal getting the big roles.
I feel like to a certain extent, you always feel a bit of pressure as an artist and as an actor, especially. But I felt like I just used that pressure to my advantage in the role of Maya. I mean, she feels pressure as a teenager, deciding on which college she's going to go to, the path she's going to take. So I just kind of used it to my advantage.
Okay, Ignacio?
Yeah, I think much the same. I think like, any feelings of anxiety or whatnot, you try to, if they service the scene, which for Rafa they usually do, like, um, you maybe lean into that, tap into that. Obviously, there's a certain amount of pressure when you come, as you said, like, we're fairly new, fairly green, don't have, especially coming into this, didn't have a whole, bunch of experience, especially compared to maybe the other people on set. But I'll say that everyone at the helm, you know, Shay, Mike, Lisa, Peter, all of our directors, they did such, they were so great about sort of like alleviating that pressure and just creating like a really warm environment that it was you felt taken care of, you felt people had your back, and you felt that yeah, you felt supported. So ultimately it was okay.
Okay, good. That's nice. And though that leads nicely into my other question, which is having filmed 8 episodes with this large cast, do you feel more comfortable with all of you feel more comfortable together than when you started?
Absolutely. I would say it feels like a family now. Anytime I link up with another castmate or we have a cast party or something, it feels like family. And I think when you have that chemistry, like in real life, it helps you on set and on the screen. It helps that chemistry stay there. So it's been really good.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, yeah, you know, I love everyone in the cast. I get along great with everyone in the cast. And yeah, at this Stakiah's point, it did start to feel, you know, like a real sort of family. And you know, I don't get to hang out with everyone as much because they're all based in LA and I'm in New York. Efrain and I are the outsiders. But yeah, no, but you know, when you're working like 12 to 14-hour days, you know, for like 10 weeks and you know, you're out in New Mexico, everyone's away from home, like you end up, you know, getting to know each other like very sort of very closely.
And it was filmed in New Mexico.
Yes. Yeah,
And
and Albuquerque.
oh, okay. And have either of you ever been to San Antonio before?
I have not.
No, yeah, I actually lived in San Antonio when I was in second and third grade. So only like 2 years when I was little. But yeah, I have been.
Okay, it's a great city to visit. It's a lot of tourist stuff. It's real fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised you hadn't, Stakiah.
I know I got to get out there.
You're from
My
Texas.
family is from, they live in Texas and Dallas, so I'm sure I'll make my way around to San
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Stakiah's still a Texan though.
well,
So
as
she's
you know, Texas is a
Texan.
big state, so
Oh yeah.
Dallas is very different from San Antonio. Very different.
Sure. No, absolutely, very true.
Yeah. So what would you say that you've learned from shooting the show? Both of you, each of you.
I'd say I learned to have fun, to let go. Because a lot of times you can get caught in this trap of, okay, this is how things need to go, and this is my objective, and things may get too technical, but I feel like the real magic happens when you just let go and you trust your instincts and you trust your craft and your training. And I can thank Ignacio for a lot of times he'll nudge me and be like, hey, what you doing over there? You know, and joke around. And that just helped me loosen up and have more fun. So, yeah.
What about you, Ignacio? What have you learned?
Yeah, I mean, to that same point, like, and sort of circling back to your question about, you know, did you feel a certain amount of pressure? I mean, you know, I think certainly when you're walking onto a set and you're, you know, carrying like more responsibility than you ever have, and you only have been on a set like, you know, a very limited amount of time. Yeah, there is a certain sort of like fear about like, you know, the unexpected and like, will I be able to take this on? And I remember one of our like wonderful executive producers, Morgan Sackett, at the beginning of the process right when we started shooting, he gave me this wonderful piece of advice where he said, "It's hard to make a comedy when you're stressed."
Mm.
So to that same point of just like, you know, having fun, you know, it was a real lesson in like, you know, I really took that to heart and like, and sort of, I think understood what he was getting at of like, you know, it's in your best interest. It's in the show's best interest. It's in everyone's best interest the more you're able to just like, you know, obviously sometimes it can be stressful, but the more you're able to just completely like let go of that and like just try to lean into like the fun and the sort of like absurdity of it all, the show will end up doing much better. Your work will end up being much better. So
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys talking to me today, and thank you very much. And I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
yeah, thank you so much. It was great meeting you,
Ah,
Suzanne.
you too. See you later.
All right.